computer.
Oh,
Yo,
okay.
the fuck? You heard that?
Yeah, I did.
It's
What was that?
a disclaimer. They have to put that on now because
Really? Oh, wow.
If people don't consent to being recorded, then it's illegal.
Look at consent culture.
Look at
Man.
us.
Look at us now.
Oh, there we are.
We out here. We out here.
If I gotta ask, I don't want it.
I mean,
What?
I don't know what that meant.
that sounded like some other shit. That's why
I don't know what. I don't even know what that meant. It just sounded good.
so quiet.
that did not sound good.
That sounded
If I had to
Look at us
ask,
kids.
I don't want it.
very like
Yo.
it was like Kells-esque. Matt Gates.
Kidding.
Oh gosh.
That sounded good. It
That
didn't
did not-
sound good.
That did not sound like Mama's cooking. That was
And
not Mama's
it's not
cooking
gonna
at
age
all.
well.
None of us co-signed that one.
No.
Fine.
Holy shit.
You guys, yesterday at my office, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number came on the playlist. And I literally felt sick listening to it. I was like,
Oh, man.
I can't listen to this shit.
Oh man.
You couldn't escape it.
I mean, and look, yeah.
Was it just on? Was it like working at in a department store and you can't control the?
It'll let you skip. It'll let you.
You was like, Alexa.
No counts.
Alexa, the fuck is this?
Joe, we live, bro.
Man, what are you doing, dude?
I cooked a bunch of food, but I got to put it away. I don't want it to go bad.
No, you good. Just had your ass all off. Man. We need all that.
Oh, you are definitely rocking your pajama pants.
I mean, me too, but I put my cheeks away before we went live.
No, my man trying to show the ill now. What's happening?
Early.
Joel can show his cheeks. Ain't nothing wrong with little cheeks. I like cheeks.
I'm all good.
I like cheeks too. I don't want to see my guys. I'm all set. All set.
I don't discriminate cheeks.
I feel you.
I definitely discriminate.
Not that,
cheeks.
but I feel you. Yeah.
Look, I mean, I agree. Okay.
If you've ever watched porn, you've seen man cheeks and you dealt with it.
I don't want to see
I did.
your cheeks.
No, you've
What is
seen
it?
cheeks.
I agree with that. I mean, I don't want to see none of y'all's chest. I'm good, man. Just
You've
put
seen-
all that up when
Well,
I'm
you
around,
have
man.
seen oiled cheeks if you've ever watched porn.
I have. We're talking about our friends specifically, though. I
What's
don't
the
want to see none of y'all with a shirt.
Would you not watch a porno if you knew anyone involved?
Oh, I wouldn't watch it.
If you knew anyone, the girl or the guy?
Oh,
I think I'm good.
I mean,
No,
who's the girl?
I mean,
Who's the girl?
If you knew them, I'm just saying, there's a personal relationship with this
I've-
person.
You want to know the truth?
I've
You want
seen
to know the
people
real
have sex
answer?
live.
Yeah.
The real answer. The real answer.
The real answer is I made a promise to myself a long time ago that like when I come across someone that I know in porn, that's when I have to stop.
Yeah.
That's when I'm way too far down the rabbit hole.
true story. My first, was it my first week? Was it? I don't want to say her name. She was my she was either my suite mate or my neighbor when I was in the Air Force at my very first base. A suite mate is somebody you share a bathroom with.
Which
So
base?
you have your rooms on one side and the bathrooms in between. But there had been this rumor going around that she was in a porn. And she was like, she never confirmed or denied it for a minute, but she was just like, if you ever see this alleged porn, let me know. And so one of the homies was like, my nigga, it's her. I got the porn.
Oh,
I was
did
like,
she get
let's watch
discharged?
it. And we watched it, and it was 1,000,000,000% her. So I went back. I was like, "Hey, I seen it." She was like, "Yeah, bitch, that's me." I was like, "I know, bitch."
Did she
She was
did
giving
get
it up?
discharged?
Huh?
Did she get discharged?
No, she had disclosed it before she joined.
Oh, okay. All right.
Did she catch a discharge?
No, she disclosed it before she joined. Oh, you're disgusting.
I'm sorry. It was right. It was right there.
Yeah, that was a alley. Yeah.
It was right there. I'm sorry.
Also, one of my friends recently called me and asked me. She was like, "Hey, you want to watch me get ate out right quick on FaceTime?" And I was like, "Fuck it, why not?" So
Shit.
How is that
I will
a
watch my
request?
friend.
Yeah.
I will watch my friend.
I'm not
That's
gonna
why I'm
sit here
more
and front.
like, how's that the
I'm not gonna sit here in front. Any dude I've ever met in my entire life will watch an attractive girl that they knew in a porn or doing something sexual, especially
But-
with the OnlyFans. That's the truth.
But that's why I asked what girl. That's
Is
what
They're
that
on
that's-
OnlyFans for
Out of
people that are
curiosity.
clothed.
I've gone to the strip club with a friend who did amateur.
But no, I'm talking about watching somebody get pounded. The strip club is one thing, but watching someone get pounded that you know, I think that's different. I feel like
Levels to
most
this.
any dude confront all dudes are like out of curiosity. let me
I'm
just
not
get-
watching no dudes. I'm
But
gonna look at pretty much anyone that I know that's a woman that you hand across.
But here's the thing,
You're
though.
like, here, check this out.
Here's the thing: every guy, not every guy, but a good percentage of guys will want to share their escapades with their friends. And there are times you're like, bro, get that shit away from me. But there are times guys like, yo,
Every
you just
time.
see what went down. And there are guys who have been with women at the same time as other guys. That's ass. That's cheeks.
That's cheap. That's cheap
Cheeks.
out. Period. I'm a
all,
full on
all
boy.
set on both. I'm happily married. Cheers to no cheeks. No new
Wait,
cheeks.
So when you get married, you can't even watch other cheeks no more.
Yeah, I
I
crave
don't-
more cheeks.
I don't
I'm talking. Joel just said cheek like you and your boy. No, there's none of that happening anymore for me.
What? So, okay, no, we'll talk this.
There's nothing to talk about.
All right, let's talk Il Nana. Let's talk like this is
This is the Il Nana.
This is ill cheeks, right? if you
It's an ill piece.
Here's the thing. This is ill cheeks. If y'all had a pass, well, this depends. Would any? I don't know y'all personally. Alicia, I don't know anyone. Like I know a lot of dudes aren't into being with girls with a dude in the room. I know a lot of people aren't into that. My thing is, if you were with a dude and you're older and y'all got to, and some girl that was as beautiful or a celebrity was like, yo, I want y'all two to smash me. Would you be like, damn, nah, I'm not doing that no more? You know what I mean? Or would you be like, shit, I don't know. If Keisha Cole wanted me to smash her with a friend, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Like, bro, don't touch me.
Survival's
with your
like,
feet, bro, but we about to do this.
Don't make it weird. It's Keisha Cole.
We're doing it.
Don't look me directly in the eyes.
Don't look it up. Don't look. Don't look.
Man, it might
Focus
still
on her.
gotta depend on the homie, man. Who is the homie?
Tell you.
Who are you doing the Eiffel Tower with?
Man.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah,
That's
the only
crazy.
matters.
That almost happened to me.
What?
Uh-oh.
The Eiffel Tower?
Yeah. But then me and my buddy said no, and then we rock paper scissors for first
Ooh.
turn. I don't know.
For the
Just waiting for your wife in the background to throw
Right.
something at
Just
you.
He knows all the stories. It's not.
You know,
this
it's
isn't
funny.
anything.
I've been around women like that. I've been around women situations where they was like, and I honestly, that's now I'm realizing those are the women I should have married. But I've been at the girls were like, yo, let's go, and we're scared. The guys are scared, like, yo, I don't know about this.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta talk.
We're like,
to
I don't
you,
know. Like, we didn't expect you to talk like that. I've been around girls who were like, yo, let's fucking go now. You're like, I'm not comfortable. I'm leaving. We all punked out. You respect?
Yeah.
crazy.
Expect
Yeah.
Well, my friends all know you start fucking in front of me, I'm watching.
Nice.
I might roll up a blunt. I'm watching. I'm taking notes. I'm cheering y'all on. Yes, bitch, ride that dick. Ride that shit.
That's a supportive friend. I'm not mad at
Very
yeah.
supportive.
I respect it.
I'm watching.
Giving
If
tips
anyone-
afterwards. You calling
if
time
anyone-
out.
Watching the
towel.
tips.
And male or female are like, hey, let's take down Drake. Let's do it. We're doing it. We're doing it together. I'm
Said
saying,
male.
I would be
female.
hating it.
Let's
If
take
it was a
down
dude
Drake.
I knew and there was a girl, fine ass girl, I'd be like, he ain't even doing it right. He ain't-
right.
Critiquing his pound game.
I'll keep it a buck. Anybody that's smashing in my crushes like making good. Yeah, I'm hating. I don't care.
Well,
I will
no.
hate. I will hate over that one if it ain't me.
No. Is
If it ain't
over
me,
yet?
What you say?
Megan Good is only giving up cheeks to Jesus and her husband. That
Hey,
is-
I have been told I look like Black Jesus when the dreads is hanging. What's good?
I like it.
Let's just
That
say
was,
it.
that was a surprise for me
What?
to hear that she went the way of the Lord.
Really? Why?
The Lord.
I don't know. I mean, it wasn't like a huge surprise. It was kind of like,
Yeah.
you in Hollywood.
Like
I just
99%
I don't.
of black women I know are religious. Literally, like 1% of them are. 99. It's usually the men that are more like, I don't know about going to church all the time. There's generally a lot of female black men that are more religious than us.
Because we're heathens.
Yeah.
Definitely heathens.
That's a fact.
Definitely heathens. Where'd Alicia go? Where'd Tro Nana go?
She's watching.
Oh,
Think
oh,
she's-
okay.
She's at
I
the
wa-
Bartesian.
I'll wait till you come back. But yeah, for everybody who's catching on, yeah, we are broadcasting on a Thursday, going up on a Thursday. It is not Friday. It is Thursday, one day early.
On a Thursday.
We out here for our last album review. So we got a couple episodes left before we're done for the season.
Bam.
I thought she was coming back soon. I was gonna segue into the intro and welcome and all that shit, but whatever. There you are. Let's get that bottle. Hey, raise it up, then raise them up.
We're in the midst of making the drink.
What we got?
Joe cooking. We got the drinks.
Sponsor.
Joe got the cook. You gonna show us what you cooking, Joe?
Wait, you some deep fried soft shell crab and some snapper.
Nice.
Trying to boss.
That's how we doing it, man. Episode 28. Welcome to the Liner Notes Live, one day early special. Episode 28. We covered Il Nana this week on the podcast, so we here officially on the live one day early because Friday we all outside and we weren't gonna be here. So we here today though. Alibi in the building, Survival in the building, Trill Nana, aka Alicia in the building, Joe in the building. I am A-Quil. What up, everybody? How was your weeks? All that good stuff. Alibi, you were stuck in the airport last week or something. What happened?
I was in Denver. Yep, and I was it's in the comments from the airport.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you popped up for a second. So we're glad to have you.
I thought I brought everything. I had my headphones, my mic. I was like, get in on time. And then when we got landed, I was like, damn, forgot to account for the hour for the lost time.
Yeah.
And then come to figure it all out, I didn't even have my computer with me anyway. Left my computer on accident, so it all worked out.
That's what's up. Survival, good sir. How are you?
Hey, I'm all right. Looking forward to the long weekend.
Yeah.
I think we all need a break, right? Recharge, relax, all that.
Memorial weekend. It is
That's right.
It is upon us.
You got any gigs?
I'm out here, man.
Okay.
I got I'm on a boat tomorrow doing a prom.
Hey.
Yeah, on a boat. Doing a little event on Saturday. So not a DJ gig, but it's this thing I curated a while back, and I'm trying to bring it back, and I'm testing it out. But it's if you ever seen a scavenger hunt, and if you ever watched that show, what the hell, like Amazing Race, think of a scaled down version of that. But it's something I've been working on for a while. I did it, like I said, a couple years back. So I'm doing another test for that, so I can put some footage out, do some promo, because that's something I know I can, definitely get off as another event for folks to do. So working on that tomorrow. I'm sorry, that's Saturday. Sunday, DJing a wedding, and then Monday is just kicking it. So outside is open, man. Outside is open. When I came back from Miami, and the inbox was popping. So it's like
the DMs. It went down in the DMs.
It went down in the business DMs.
Oh,
business.
Yes.
See, I thought the business DMs.
I feel like the business DMs are like just like more etiquette in the requests. Pardon me. Do you mind if I?
Depends on the business.
Pardon me. Do you mind if I jiggle your balls?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's definitely a way when you get those, you can play it off a little bit better. Where it's like because they have to be formal, so it's almost like you have to kind of play chess with it. And it's like if you're really here for the BS, you have to expose
to
yourself.
whom it may concern.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's been busy, man. I was in Chicago last week when we did our live, and so with everything opening up, there was a brunch. So we talked about the trivia on Tuesdays. Now I got the brunch Sundays popping again. But when it popped up, it was like shit. I got a wedding in Chicago Saturday, so I DJ'd that wedding, slept about 2 hours, drove back 6 hours in Minnesota, did the brunch that morning, and then got home and slept like 14 hours.
Damn.
Your wife put it on IG. She was like, "I'm about to put a mirror under his nose."
Yeah, I was.
He might be dead.
I was done, man. But and then I had to finish still working on this mix. I got a homie out in New York. He's working with this yacht club, and he was like, "Can you make like a 4-hour music mix?" And I was like, "Yeah, shit." So he dropped that on me, dropped the money, so got that done. So yeah, I'll when it's all said and done, when I get the advertising out, I'll let you know. So if y'all's ever in New York, hit the yacht club, be like, "Yo, that's my guy. He's doing that music." So busy out here, man. Busy out here. You feel me? Alicia, you've had a couple new adventures, you and Gucci, right? We got to make that a mini series over the summer, man. The adventures of Trill 99 and Gucci.
Gucci.
Little web series.
Yeah.
We out here, you know, we've had an interesting day, but the day is over. It is officially the weekend. Somebody got me for my Apple Watch. I hope it brings me.
Oh man.
I hope
Got you
it
for the watch.
Way. They did. It just fell off. I was walking and I looked at it, and then I went to look at it again, and it was gone.
Oh, that's whack.
And they had last pinged less than a block from where I was. But you know, I'm in downtown LA. Somebody done snatched it up.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Sure, like a magician.
I used to do call him back. I was like, please, like, I need this. This is my lifeline. I need this. My cousin's like, nah, man, you should be more careful, right? He's like, nah. He's like, I need this. I need this.
You gotta be careful.
My cousin just goes, oh, well, nigga, life is hard.
Oh, fuckery.
Damn.
Oh, your cousin's with the fuckery.
Yeah.
Oh, if you lost your phone around me in my 20s, you wasn't getting that shit back. He wasn't. He wasn't. Unless you look good. If I saw pictures like, all right, she look good. Let's give her the phone back.
See, I've
stipulations.
Good things always happen to me. I have found phones, wallets with like lots of cash in it, and I just return everything all the time. Like, here you go. The universe is always watching.
That's good.
Big facts. Big facts. I don't need no negative energy, no negative karma, none of that stuff. Yeah, man. Joe, what's good with you, man? Outside of the cooking?
Good.
Everything else good?
DC is popping. It's hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Humid as fuck. Probably the most humid place on earth, next to the rainforest. Hit up the wharf, which is popping. Bunch of interviews going on, interviewing for jobs, which is shitty. The amount of personality tests I've had to take. The amount of
really
IQ,
like those
so many IQ tests. It's like, bro, what the fuck? Like logic test. Fuck.
It's with the Myers-Briggs and shit.
Myers-Briggs, yeah.
Oh no, not even Myers-Briggs. Not personality. Literally logic. Like X plus triangle equals, or like this symbol does not belong. Like really, really fucking hard logic test. Where I'm like, bro, I haven't taken this class since 2000. So I'm like,
right.
I'm literally typing comments like, what the fuck is this? But no, big things for the Moonlight Club, man. Might have a partnership coming up. So
nice.
We're gonna discuss that, but yeah, I'm kicking it, man.
How's the Moonlight Club been going overall?
I've been doing a shitload of interviews in the background. So I think my next steps are to get every single piece of content on the website this summer, and I have about 15 interviews that I'm gonna release. So really now is just like kind of getting social media planning and all that. I'm just gonna release them for the next like whatever year and a half and shit, and then just reach out to people now that things are opening up for money.
Yeah,
nice.
There it is, man.
I did think about you earlier this week, Joel. Sorry, A-Quil.
You good?
As we are still not complete with this app, I said, where was Joel a year and a half ago? Because I'm pretty sure he would have told me, get a fucking completion clause written into your contract. Oh my God, Joel. I'm like dying. And you know, you be trying to be patient. It's like, all right, we here. We going. Every day it's a struggle. Every day I have to go to my actual job. I just keep thinking, I should not be here. I should not be here.
Yo, I'm gonna hook you up with this woman that I just met by the name of Janelle. I'm in a network, like a paid network, and it's mostly professionals. It's actually one of the best decisions I ever made. So there's people, I know a bunch of, there's a lot of investors in it, and a lot of founders, and just corporate people. So there's this girl I know, she moved to, as a matter of yesterday, she moved from Miami to LA to act, and she's creating an app called Jive, Jive, which is it's like people coming together for specific things, not dating, but so it's like around the same realm. I'm gonna hit her up, and then another girl I know who is an investor, and she knows about other investment circles specifically for people of color and women of color in your area.
Definitely slide me that information. I'm gonna hold you to that one.
Oh, you got it. And when we discuss payment now, this is when it's gonna get.
Look, let me tell you.
Joel wants to be paid in equity.
Let me tell you.
Equity or cheeks?
I believe equity for you.
I was trying to make a cheeks joke, and I couldn't think of any movie quotes. I was like, "Fuck."
Almost there. Almost there. Man. Well, sounds like a good week overall for everybody. Job wise. Who do y'all think would probably have a new job by the time the next season starts?
Everyone.
No, not me.
Except for Alibi. I'm about to get tenured, y'all. My job is not in question at all.
Unless this shit blows up.
Survival, are you in the process now?
This is live and being recorded, so
I'm
I'm obligated to.
We plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth.
Are they watching this?
No.
They find it.
Yeah, this shit ain't set on private.
No. I'm fielding inquiries.
There you go.
That's such a good thing.
Honestly, though, I understand why you wouldn't want to talk about it, but now the older I realize, the more like the people above me, like white folks, the amount of them that literally just actually field offers while doing work, I'm like, fuck it, I'm looking too. We all looking.
Yeah.
We all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We all looking.
I've been practicing my my notice.
Are you getting your text game up?
Yeah.
Y'all should have noticed.
Proper business etiquette. The fuck? Yo, that text.
You know, I was gonna quit.
2 weeks notice are required.
I told A-Quil this a long time ago that I wanted to, and I wrote an outline and like not a spec, but just like I made characters in an outline. I wanted to write a movie called Notice, where it's literally about someone and putting in their 2 weeks at a job for a specific reason, but it's about the 2 weeks. It's like how you change as a person within 2 weeks, and then like the feelings you go through, is this the right decision, wrong decision, fuck these people, not fuck these people, and in the end. But it could also be like a vignette of just different personal stories of people putting in their notices and what that looks like. It could be just like shorts, because I feel like when we all quit, it could be it's like a movie.
That's another Moonlighters idea.
Joel giving up all the IP.
Right? To the whole.
It's work though. I mean, I don't have, you know what I mean? I can write the shit down, which is fine, but like, we all quit. We all have hilarious quit stories. I know that. I know all of us have hilarious quit stories.
I got about 4.
I just stopped showing up.
We definitely gotta have a segment of like, what are you like the most just gangster like quit jobs? Like I
don't have one yet.
This one
is going to be epic. I mean,
you gotta make it epic.
And Alibi can speak to this because we've been friends on Facebook for a while. I done put up with some shit. In fact, one of them came up in my Facebook memories today because I'll put the shit on Facebook. And Alibi, you even commented on the status today, the memory today. You were there. You were like, I mean, I've been putting up with some shit.
Yeah.
For a while.
So, I got the fuck you.
You cool.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. I'm out. Yeah, man. I like it. We gonna make it happen, man. We making big and medium and speedy moves over here, but we're gonna make it happen. So we all doing our thing. You know what I'm saying?
We're making moves. It don't matter the size. We're moving.
Hey, slow motion better than no motion. You dig?
Exactly.
You dig? Quick acknowledgments. We're gonna get into the album in a second. We did Il Nana this week, but it was funny because we dropped Il Nana's episode on Lauryn Hill's birthday, and it was like shit. I guess as a liner notes, we should have flip-flopped that, so we could have dropped the Fugees, all the love we gave her. So
that's a good point though. I'll try to look up everyone's birthday for next season,
or like little shit if it matters. But yeah. Anyway, but shout out L Boogie. We gave her flowers a week early. It's all good. Shout out to Foxy and all that. Another birthday too. I want to shout out real quick. Actually, it's Joe's brother's birthday, Omar. My guy Omar, his birthday today. Happy birthday to Omar.
Happy birthday, Omar.
Happy birthday.
Man. Joe, do you have any favorite memories of your brother on his birthday?
Brother's 40. It's too
late. He ain't doing nothing crazy for 40.
He's coming. He'll be in Boston next week. So
yeah, y'all gonna do something for him in Boston?
Y'all gonna see some cheeks.
I basically told him. I actually don't even know if I'll be going to Boston now because so much shit came up. But
really, I thought y'all were all going.
I had a bunch of shit come up, and it's going to be one of those things to pay a bunch of money for a flight to be there for like an hour. And I'm like, dog, I hate travel. I hate that. So I don't know, but he might come to DC. I'm like, yo, if you come out here, we got friends here.
Yeah, you gotta do something for him. He's somebody, he don't really do shit for himself. In that sense, you know what I mean? Like, well, you gotta kind of do it for him. He's low maintenance. He's low key. I talked to him earlier. He was like, man, I'm just chilling. Everybody's doing good. I'm happy with that. You know what I mean? But I remember, Joe, I don't know if you remember, we were doing, because his birthday is always around Memorial Weekend, and we were gonna do a trip to Atlanta. It's a whole bunch of us, like years ago. And the whole point of the trip was like us to go for his birthday and Memorial Weekend. And then he ended up not going. But like we all had this tradition of like going to like Atlanta for a few years on Memorial Weekend. It was like, fam, how did it start because of your birthday and then you never came?
This
Sound like Omar.
This is why niggas ain't shit, because that trip was literally like the liner notes. Joel
it was exactly the same shit.
Joel tells 30 people, it goes down to 20. 10 never respond. It goes down to 10. Like, what the? Just say no. 5 of us. Then it was like 4. You're like, all right.
Yeah.
Every single year.
Yeah.
He would tell so many people.
Sound like Black Vacation.
Black trip.
Yeah.
Black people trip.
No, I'll get this. Black women, y'all will flake too, but when y'all, especially traveling, no.
We get it together.
Y'all get it together.
This is why. But this is why.
No, some of them get it together.
Yeah.
Most of them.
No,
Black
definitely not most.
We have travel friends. Like we have friends. Like I have a friend who I live in the same state as her, not necessarily the same city. We're like 6 miles apart. And in LA, that's a lot, you know? So we might not see each other often, but I know if I were to text her right now, like, hey, in fact, I'm about to text her about my 2 trips, because she'll come. She'll be like, I'm there, down.
Nice.
So you have your travel friends and then you have your friends.
See, that's the thing. Men don't have that. Most of my male friends have not traveled. Like they haven't. Most of my niggas just haven't. Like majority of Black women I know have been places or want to go places. So like, nah, I'm cool. I'll just be right here. I'll drive to whatever. I'm like, dog, just get on a plane, dog. Just go somewhere else.
I've traveled with y'all. I'm trying to think. Joe, me, you traveled like well, I don't want to count it, but Milwaukee, you know, for the wedding. I mean, so I'm just thinking different states.
You traveled like you traveled.
We went to. I'm talking about like us specifically. Like, we talking about travel friends. Like we've been to Atlanta, we've been to Houston, we've been to Seattle. And then like I said, going to the wedding in Milwaukee. Was there anywhere else?
New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans, and then so overlap me and Alibi, New Orleans, Iowa for performances. That's where I stayed. Did I tell you that?
No.
Oh yeah. When me and you went to Boston. Yeah, that's whose house I stayed at.
Dave. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Boston, New Orleans, and then anywhere else.
That may be it.
Might be it. And then survival. We clearly met through the pod, but one of these like games or something. Like I saw the Vikings. They play in Baltimore. They play in North Carolina. Steelers come here, but I think they come in December.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm ready for that hot soup of an NFL. I don't know.
It's gonna be a drunken shit fest.
Yeah. About to come out. That's like, I don't know.
Yeah. Shout out to Bunny watching us on YouTube. What up, Bunny? Shout out to DJ Suede. Shout out to DJ Suede on Twitch. I didn't kick with public property. They were gone. He just let me stay at the house. So he was on vacation, but I was there. It's all good. Public property, man. Ain't got no time to waste, Alibi. You know
that.
None. Survival. I'm just running down some stuff real quick. Survival. You said we had a nice little download number. I'll let you do the honors.
We eclipsed 2,000 unique downloads.
Hey.
So
we out here.
It doesn't mean much, but it's a nice thing to see.
It means something. It might not be much, but it means.
I'm trying to throw the alley oop and Survival. I'm just gonna do the George figure.
How many haters we got? So that's 2,000.
Always
that's 800.
So that's 800 haters.
Yeah,
according to the math.
Yeah, the math is
that we're familiar with.
Yeah, I'm always a guy who's always talking about just like numbers relative to other numbers and download numbers and shit like that. But honestly, with content like this, even if we had like no viewers, right, for years, let's just say whatever, anyone could come back to this, like just make it clean enough so that people could at any point come back and just enjoy it. Like Juan Epstein, the podcast. I don't know what that did for Cypher Sounds or Rosenberg. I don't think it made them billionaires or jillionaires or whatever.
Yeah.
But the fact that we could always go back to Juan Epstein, you could always go back to Compact Jack. There's so many other things you can go back to and just listen, because we don't have Rhapsody the Basement just lying around. That shit just whatever the fuck gone. You know what I mean? The source is just fucking gone. I can't find anything for that. So at least if we have that, and we just keep it, consistent.
We're a time capsule. We're bringing the culture and the history.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
But it's it has its sentimental significance. So
2K.
It does.
Shout out to us.
Honestly,
Shout out to us, man.
If you look at what gets downloads and who makes
One more game
based off social media and stuff like that, you'd want to kill yourself. Like, fucking.
It's a lot of trash out there. A lot of
Jake Paul is a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just do I want to even be in this world,
dude?
A lot of bullshit on the internet, man.
Of course, it's a lot.
I got another quick story. Do you guys ever like try to? I find myself at times, every once in a while, I'll give like the random ass like rapper a chance.
Yes.
It's always terrible. Like I'm always like, I know the talent's out there. This is gonna be the one. I'm gonna give you a. Then I listen and I'm like, no. More trash.
Yeah, once in a while you be on the comment or something, and someone just randomly posts their SoundCloud link, and 9 times out of 10 you're like, nah, dude. Yeah, I feel there's like one time we like let's take a chance, and it's like, God damn it, I should not have taken that chance.
Every time. Yeah. I'm always expecting like one time it's gonna be like her, right? I'm gonna be like, oh shit, this is amazing.
Well, I think I found Chance that way because I found Chance on.
You took a chance on Chance?
10 days suspend. Was it 10 days?
Yeah.
It was one of his super early mixtapes. This was
10,000 hours.
Before that, and I fucked with it hard. I actually. And I hate to be this person. I love all of Chance's mixtapes way more than I love his actual albums. Like,
I don't think he has any albums. But I know what you mean. I say I don't think he has any albums, but I know what you mean.
His first album, I guess. What was the one before Coloring Book?
Acid Rap.
I mean, it wasn't 10 Day Suspension. That shit was amazing. So whatever. But yeah,
look at Joe.
So much judgment on Joe's face.
I heard Chance and I just stopped listening.
It sucks so much.
Chance is terrible.
I like Chance. I like older Chance though.
Yeah, same. That's what I'm saying. I like
this new I love my wife.
Chance
shit.
Obama.
I get it.
There was a song he made, I think it was Acid Rap, where he's walking around New York. What's it called? Juice? Is it?
I love Juice.
I got the juice.
And this dude was just like, yo, you gotta hear this dude. This is the same thing with Survival Time. I can do like, you gotta hear this dude. You gotta hear him. I heard it. And it's like, I go, dog, don't you ever. I looked at that dude and said, don't you ever hand me a pair of headphones ever again. It's been bad since then. Hey, Chance.
I would have appreciated that headphone pass because that's my favorite Chance.
I like Chance. I like Acid Rap. I liked 10,000 Hours too. Coloring Book was.
I wasn't.
Then that last shit with the translucent CD. That shit was.
Yeah. No.
That shit was horrible.
No.
I am not a day one Chance, unfortunately. I came and went with no problems. I was good with that. You know what? And then I remember Joe was mad at because like he said he took someone's style on that. That's
a Young Thug song. I thought that was this isn't even Thug.
So he get so bad. Like, that's like a Young Thug, and I'm like, I don't know who's what. I just like the song.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I will give Alicia this though. 2 Chainz on that song, yo. 2 Chainz has verses that made me question humanity.
I'm so high.
Yeah.
Me and God dapping.
Hey.
Bro. We the niggas go deaf, bro.
Easy said he ain't made them.
I
don't know how you hate Chainz. You can't hate Chainz, man.
2 Chainz is one of the worst successful rappers of all time.
You can't hate him. It doesn't matter if he's good or bad, man.
So bad.
Shake that money.
Too much charisma.
He's playing a character. Playing a stupid character.
It's a hilarious character.
I mean, so is Rick Ross.
He's not. Yeah. Rick Ross is playing a character.
2 dudes playing 2 fake guys.
No. 2 Chainz, I think he raps for his audience because when you see him speak, obviously we all know he's college educated. We all know that he's one smart, like he's like brilliant, where he invests money.
Mm-hmm.
He raps for his audience, the nigga from Atlanta.
So his audience is a bunch of dumb people. If you dumb yourself down to talk to me, that means you think I'm fucking stupid. And if I'm listening to you, I am fucking stupid.
It works. I love the two James, okay? I love him.
I'm not put it this way. I'm not ever gonna deny though. Like he had a run where his songs were smashing. His verse.
His current
Hey,
what is Help Me God?
I stay bumping. I can't go for that. That's my shit. He said, "No can do, nigga." That's my favorite part.
Yeah, I remember me and A-Quil would go to clubs, and the song that made him blow up, it was interesting. I feel like he's made better songs after that. I'm a ball.
Yeah.
Yo, circle, man.
The first time I heard,
boy, come on.
The first time I heard that,
your money.
That's my shit.
The first time I heard that, it was the parody though. There was this big parody video. It was like a Ruffle Bag Boys.
Was that A$AP Rocket?
No. It was some not local, but just like some not known dudes who did it. Yeah. But I didn't know that was a real song, so I knew that first. So then when I saw the Player Circle song, I was like, wait, this is real? But yeah, that song was definitely dope.
Man, they got that shit with Fonte too, man. They had 2 songs. I forget the name of the joint with Fonte singing the hook. That was hard too.
First of all, I was still my dude back when he was Titty Boy. Because Joe, I know my shit was fighting in the club.
That's when it was Titty Boy. Double Bag Boy was Titty Boy.
Yeah. I'm talking
Double Bag Boy with 2 Chainz.
Yeah,
he was Titty Boy.
He was Titty Boy, but it was a transition. I'm talking about Titty Boy, DTP fighting in the club. It's a chair, but there's like when he was rapping fast. That was my
exactly.
Bust him, but they fighting. Anyway, we're like 40 minutes in. Let's talk about Il Nana.
We haven't talked about Inga yet.
We ain't talking about Inga yet. You know,
hey, what up, Inga?
What up, Inga? We talked about Il Nana this week on the podcast. The polls, to get to the polls, because was this album a classic or not? On the podcast, we said it was not a classic. So damn. Another reason why we should have switched our albums around. We could have ended on the classic, but we didn't. It's all good. It got Survival, was it a 19.3? Let me pull it up. It got it, which is good.
Yeah, that's it. 19.3.
19.3. All right, got 19.3. Okay, so it's good, great. But just not a classic.
Look at Tron.
Look. Yeah. Hold on a second. Hold on. We gonna get to a trill. The polls, Brother Alibi did the polls. Thank you, as always. 35%, only 35%. I would be fucking this up when it's lower, so I'm gonna be clear. Only 35% thought this album was a classic, which meant 65% of y'all was like, nah, this shit is not classic. 50-50 split on Twitter. Again, it's a couple people, but it's all good. Alibi, what did you see on Twitter? I'm sorry, on Instagram that people were saying were their favorite songs?
Felt some wild shit, right?
For the most part, because I didn't get a chance to post a lot of them, it was mainly Al B.
Wait, Al B.
Al B good. Al B good.
I keep forgetting that's on that album.
Yep.
Straight at the gate, show we drop hits.
But other songs, Il Nana, some likes for that. We got one for The Promise, a few for Get Home, obviously.
Gotta get you home.
And one person, I think Key said, If I.
Did anyone mention anything not on this album?
No.
They didn't say that some other Foxy project was a classic.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Classic.
Oh man, he froze on us.
Oh man, he's top like classic.
Nah, so yes, the general consensus was that this album is definitely not a classic, but there was everyone said that Broken Silence was a classic. And if you listen to the pod, I think we shared that, right?
We sure did. Yeah.
That we did originally review Broken Silence, and
Broken Silence would have got lower than 19.3.
It's not good. It's not like everyone who inboxed it was like, it's a classic. I'm like, can you please go back and listen to that album? The production's terrible. It didn't age well. Like, no. I do think that we got like Foxy's voice. Yeah, I think we wanted to hear that. Like, so I don't have anything to say about the rapping. I think she she told her truth, and I think that's what a lot of people gravitate towards. And it did have like some singles for sure. Candy, if y'all remember Candy. Oh yeah's on there too, right?
Yep. Way up.
Yeah. But man, that shit's like 24 songs, dude. And it's a lot of bad production.
I just think the feeling that Broken Silence gave us because Foxy took a dip, and then when Broken Silence came back out here, especially with Brooklyn, Foxy came back with Brooklyn in the video with her brother. Everyone was just happy to see her again, and she just seems
beef. Who want that?
Yeah, she it was just good to see her. So I think everyone just remembers her attitude. She was just so full of life back then.
So yeah, we gave this one 19.3. Alicia, we're gonna get to your score in a second. We'll see who all matches up. Shout out to Kiki again. And anytime anybody who's not on here, but y'all like doing the metrics, we appreciate that. Kiki, she gave it a total of 17. So a 3 for replayability, 3 for lyrics, 4 for production, 3 for concept, and 4 for impact. Alicia, would you say that's close to your score at all? What did you give?
Oh, I actually ended up giving it a 15.
God damn!
Is that the low?
Drake numbers.
Is that the season low?
That just individually, who gave? I feel like somebody got a 14. I feel like Alibi gave somebody a 14.
I did not give anyone a 14. That's
you didn't?
Disrespectful.
You would give 400 degrees a 14?
No,
I don't think so.
No, we didn't. Joe, did you give somebody a 14?
No. I haven't given anything less than whatever I gave Ludacris was the lowest I've ever gone.
So, I think that was at least a 16, at least
15 or 16. I can't remember. If I could go back, I'd give it a lower score.
Oh, at least with the 15. So individually, what'd you do? We'll go into the individual categories.
So before I start, y'all, I broke my nail right before this show started. Like right before, my nail is sitting right here. So don't clown me about I'm talking about people in the comments. Don't clown me. Don't come back to this when you find this and talk about my broke nail. It literally is sitting right here. I broke it right before we went live. So
which I remember to put a timestamp on there for anybody.
And it's the big one too. Like it's the one right in the, but anywho, I gave concept a 2 because I thought this was one of the most poorly orchestrated concepts I've on the pod. I gave lyrics a 3, production a 4, replayability a 3, and impact a 3. And let me tell y'all, impact, I went back and forth between a 3 and a 4. And I listened to the pod, and the way y'all struggled to really find an artist outside of Nicki Minaj, that this album or Foxy, and like y'all were struggling to come up with names. I was like, this is proof that her impact, it's not a 4, it's a 3.
So this is where I would disagree. I think I don't think it was a struggle. I think her impact is not remembered because of how things went. Like, I think that she's been blackballed by the industry. And so I don't think she gets mentioned much. And I think that she's kind of been pushed to the back of our minds. Her last album was 2001. You know what I mean? For all intents and purposes. And so I think that her impact was and
it opened at number 1
in that space. Yeah. But I don't know. I just think that we don't think about her because no one brings her up anymore.
I also think talk about her. We know her more for rapping than pussy. Like more people have wanted to come out to look like Little Kim and have the impact that Little Kim did. Whereas Foxy had that to a certain degree, but we knew Foxy for rapping, and she seemed like, at least you make this point, Foxy to me did seem like one of the guys. I didn't think anybody was fucking her. I didn't think she was nobody's hoe on the side. I didn't think she was dating nobody. I just thought she was out here rapping, robbing motherfuckers like everybody else. The closest thing I could think of to her is someone like a Remy Martin, where I'm just like, yo, she's just existing in space, and I don't think she's ever been like, I don't see her as a damsel in distress and none of that shit. And that's what I think it is. I've seen so many other, like even now I think of someone maybe like a Rico Nasty or something, but there's just so few personalities who are just like, no, I'm out here with everyone else. I'll be on these features like everyone else. It's not some weird gossip columns who's going to talk about me and so fucking or dating or anything. It's just bars.
Trina.
I mean,
Trina was a lot of booty, a lot of cheeks. I was fine with cheeks.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't disagree, but I think I said it earlier. I do feel like her image was constructed to be more palatable to the male hip hop listener. She is like, I mean, and even more so than even Remy. I just feel like she was just, when they were like, let's do Foxy, we're gonna make this beautiful. I mean, she's beautiful. You can't overlook that. Foxy's fucking stunning.
She's gorgeous.
Gorgeous girl, beautiful woman. And we're just gonna have her rap like she's just one of the niggas. Like there is really nothing outside of, and it just for me, I can't say her impact was a 4 because even when this was out, this album was one of the ones that I bought, I listened to twice, and it never got no rip from me again. So I can't even say she impacted me like that when she was supposed to. Like it was just, there's a disconnect for some reason between me. And the thing is, I loved her feature run up until the album. I love Ain't No Nigga is one of my top 5 favorite verses. I mean, she murdered that shit. Touch Me, Tease Me. Who gives a fuck case? We here for Foxy.
I shot you.
Do you think she wanted that, Alicia? Do you think she wanted to appeal more to men?
I think that she probably did, but not at the sacrifice of appealing to her sexiness and her feminine side. Like I don't think she wanted to be Foxy the nigga. I do think she wanted to be looked at as Foxy I can rap, because Foxy can rap. We're not going to act like she can't rap.
For sure.
I just felt like her image was very, very constructed, and I don't think she had much say in it at all. I don't. I think the lyrics show that. And I'm not anti-ghostwriting. I always say this. I agree with Cardi when she said, it don't matter who wrote it, who can deliver it. You remember the delivery. When I hear Foxy rap, I feel like I'm always hearing Nas, Cormega, Jay-Z, Nature. Like I'm never really feeling like I'm hearing Foxy in her voice. So I think the whole thing was constructed. I don't think it's necessarily what she wanted to this extent. Like I think she was 16, 17 years old. She was like, cool, blah, blah, blah. And then it just got to be so much bigger than what she wanted it to be. And I don't like it. It was a disconnect for me.
That's interesting. I always thought Foxy was a thug, man. Even when she made Broken Silence, Brooklyn came out. I always just saw her wearing Timbs and just smacking niggas in the mouth. Like that's all, and I liked it. Like I don't have to masturbate all the time. There's like no, like this girl shoot niggas up. Let's get it. Like I always liked that about her. To your point though, that's where I do think you made a good point. I do think her being young, she was in between like 4 crews at this point. She was half Firm, half Jay. And I'm like, yo, and the worst part is no matter what side she choose, they all would have lost. Because it would like, if you like now looking in retrospect, you're like, no, this shit. So I do feel like, I think it would have been cool to have her create this Il Nana persona for herself and live in it, where Lil' Kim did that. Once our car came out, yeah, of course I know Lil' Kim is Big E Junior Mafia, but Lil' Kim always had her own lane after that. Where I do feel, to your point, I do feel like literally the first 5 songs, I'm like, yo, this should have been on the Firm album or some offshoot of the Firm album or something like that. The songs that with Jay, I'm like, yo, it is like she's just trying to figure out where to go, who to whip, but she's like I'm like, I get what you're saying. It was Queen shit, it was also Brooklyn shit, it was all a bunch of shit.
It was all over. And like when we talk about, remember, I said that though. I said I feel like every song on this album to me feels like it could have been a crew song. It should have been on a crew album. Just the crew was busy that day, or we just were like, we're gonna give this to Foxy. That's what it felt like to me. And when we talk Holy Matrimony, they lost me immediately. I told you the bars I cannot stand. It's the word that rhymes with maggot that I will not say. Niggas don't deserve to get no money. And that's like the second bar in the song of the first song. That's not a Foxy line. Like you really can't point to very many cisgender women, heterosexual women at that, who are using that terminology. You know what I'm saying? That is very much so a 1996 male R&B, or not male R&B, male rapper phrase. Nas was heavy on that phrase back then. Jay was heavy on that phrase back then. You know what I'm saying? And it's like she didn't even have the voice to say, that's not really how I would say that. I would say it like this, bitch niggas or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like there was just another phrase I would use. And so it was just an immediate turn off for me.
Well, can you speak then to? I mean, we talked a little bit about it on the pod. Like, so how is Kim different? Because I feel like they both were used similarly. I definitely feel like Jay kind of probably saw what Big was trying to do and was like, oh, well, I could do this with Foxy, and I feel like that's they similar, right? Like maybe even both had a similar amount of songs ghostwritten for them on their projects.
And that's where this is where it's the difference, though, for me at least. We know, well, it's not about the who wrote it, right? It's who delivers it. Kim delivers those lyrics like she wrote them. And Biggie's a better ghostwriter than fucking Nas. Nas is trash.
Yeah, he's not a good ghostwriter.
Whoever was the only, I feel like the songs that stand out, the verses that stand out for me are her with Jay. So whether she wrote those on her own, or he helped her, or he ghost wrote, or however, those work. All of the others, I think the ghostwriters and they wrote it for them. They wrote it for them, and she delivered it like them. And so it just doesn't work. It feels very, very inauthentic to me.
No, and I can see that. I mean, I agree with you. I could see everybody was you've heard interviews with Steve Stout before talking about how, Trackmasters had kind of patterned themselves and was trying to compete with Bad Boy. And so, you could say, oh, okay, they got a female artist. We need a female artist. Like, you know what I mean? So I can see all of that kind of playing out similarly. Yeah. There wasn't really a disconnect to me, I wouldn't say. I see her kind of in that Remy lane. Like, I don't, Raw Digger, like just kind of more brash, than sex, it's kind of how I saw her image. But the album to me is just decent. Like, it ain't bad. It ain't super great. Like, I definitely liked Hardcore more if we're comparing the two, not to always do that. But I think Hardcore was,
I mean, it's hard not to. They came out within a week of each other.
Yep.
Right.
This is the non-Nas firm album.
You said what?
He's better than anything. I mean, I'd take Foxy over AZ in terms of career. AZ's super under.
Nah, I love AZ. We're not doing that to AZ.
I like AZ.
I'm doing that. There's always a nigga sitting at the edge of the party when I play Nas, like, yo, you know who's really nice? Like, nigga, don't tell me AZ.
Don't say AZ.
Don't.
We know, nigga. We know.
I'll take Foxy over AZ, and for sure, Nature / Core Mega / Big Noid / every other nigga from Queens.
I like Mega too. We just hate all the guys.
Mega.
I'll take Foxy over every single one of them dudes.
I'm not taking any of her albums over those. Like, I think that this has its moments. Yeah. Like Gotta Take You Home still hits today. You can put that on, that song still goes.
I literally just listened to it earlier today.
Yeah. I like I'll Be. The songs that Jay are on are great. Kind of like the songs that Biggie wrote for Kim are great. Like they're good songs. But to Alicia's point, I think the ghostwriting ain't as great. Definitely from Nas. Like, I don't, I think we got kind of a bit of a throwaway track from Havoc from Mobb Deep. It's, it definitely could have been better.
Kid Capri didn't do it for you?
No, Kid Capri did not.
That was one of the worst features I've ever say. I wish he would have got sued for that bullshit.
He was doing like it was like some him as Ray Charles doing Master P. It was like some weird ass.
What was he doing? Like, don't you have to be a Def Comedy Jam? Like, what? Come on, man.
That was terrible.
Oh my god, yeah, that was pretty awful.
Fox's Bells was not necessary.
That was awful. That's
why were both songs with her name in it the worst songs? Fox Bells and Fox Boogie were both like the worst songs with her name.
Yeah, man. But
it was decent. I mean, there's some nostalgia there for me, and
that album cover, huh?
I think like we've mentioned. She's
yes.
She's beautiful. Obviously.
Still,
like I picked the horsey art for this week, but I just think that it's probably her best work, and we want to be representative of
hold your face real now.
But Broken Silence isn't like, it's not better. China Doll is definitely not.
Yeah, yeah, Alicia, can you make what will be your arguments for those being better than?
I don't have any arguments. I said that's sad. If this is her best work, I said that's sad.
She had other big hits that still hit. Like, still hits. I think, and I think she got better at her voice. I definitely think that we saw Foxy on Broken Silence. Like, we got to hear her story, we got to hear her actual voice, and I love that aspect of that album. But there's
a lot more like Caribbean vibe too.
Yeah, but 2001, man, a lot of the music just didn't age all that well, man. Like,
I don't even remember what was the single for China Doll. I don't even remember.
What you say, Joe?
I like this album a lot, bro. I think Foxy's like, we can talk about Ghost Rider and whatever, Lil Kim. Foxy's flow had so much more confidence. Like, it. I fuck with it. I fuck with this album, bro. To Alicia's point, it does sound very firmish, but let's keep it real. It was written fucking classic, nigga. That sound was popping, my nigga. Like, that sound, they sound like these.
Same year.
Well, Joe, you gave the highest score with a 20.
20.
Yeah. I think her flow, her voice, and her delivery are bananas. Like, it always has been. Her voice and delivery are bananas. There are low points on this album that make me want to punch myself, like Kid Capri, Foxy Brown. I'm like, you just didn't need to make that. And there is a lot of misdirection in terms of the content, but in terms of just the sound I hear when I hear her rap on the majority of these tracks, it's very pleasing to my ears. Like, it's very like, she sat and that's the reason why we saw her in so many vehicles, because you could put her in so many situations. It sounds so dope, bro. Like,
she had a great voice, man, and a great delivery.
It just sounds fucking New York. It's just like, yo, this is great. I enjoy her on this album a lot. I understand why it gets lower scores. Like, I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah. I definitely could have took a point for concept. I mean, I definitely agree with Alicia on that. Like, the concept was not.
Go ahead, Survival.
And we all gave it 4.
Is Foxy Brown Kwame Brown?
Ooh, that might be a fair comparison. Well, no, because Kwame was not as highly touted. Kwame didn't have the guest run.
He was the number one overall pick.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, I feel like she was probably.
Will she be the number 2 pick? Because
no.
Is she Sam Bowie?
She's not Sam Bowie. We're not doing that.
Oh, Greg Oden. She could be Greg Oden, right? Like, highly touted, coming out of college.
Oh shit!
No, like, this is the thing. We act like because Greg looked old, he played old.
He was Final Four.
Greg was very, very highly touted coming out of the NBA or coming out of college, right? Mm-hmm. His NBA.
That the Jetsons? The fuck was that?
Jesus Christ! You.
I hate that too.
I had to take that shit off my laptop, bro. Shit, wow.
Man.
Yeah.
But
Steve Jobs.
Greg Oden called him.
He was like, "What'd you say about me?"
Greg's career wasn't necessarily a flop. It wasn't what it could have been, but it was due to something else. I think that Foxy's career wasn't what it could have been due to other circumstances. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't just come out and she just sucked. It wasn't.
She Kaepernick?
I think she's John Wall.
She got blackballed.
I could say closer. Yeah, I could say closer to a John Wall. Greg Oden left no lasting impact on the NBA whatsoever. No offense. Kwame Brown didn't either. No offense.
He birthed LeBron. That's LeBron daddy.
Foxy is.
I thought that was Delroy Lindo.
Yeah, Foxy is a part of hip hop history, though. Like, whereas these like busts aren't. We're gonna forget Greg Oden.
You're right.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
I think she's like a John Wall, Derrick Rose.
Yeah, those two. I like those.
Right.
Derrick Rose really worked.
Yep. Yeah, those two are good.
I like that. I like that comp. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. Okay. So we all would arguably take a point from concept.
I'm not. I gave concept a 2. If you're
going, I'm sorry. Yeah.
If you're going to name
a 2, god damn.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm not mad at it. Like, it makes sense.
We got to grade harder next. It's going down next season.
No breaks.
If you're going to name your album Il Nana, I need more pussy talk. I do. I want to hear lyrics like Miss Trina, Z3 Beamer, open up my legs, put your head in between them.
Hey.
I want to hear your pussy so wet, you got to straddle in. I want to
the
hear
wetness.
I want to hear about, I want to hear about the Il Nana.
That was confusing to me. And, and like at the time, I didn't know that she was 17 when she recorded this. I'm like, there is absolutely no way she had that fire. 0 point. There's no way.
I think it's honestly, I think she just wanted a name for herself. I think she just wanted a name. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think she wants to rap about pussy. I think she just wanted.
Right.
I think she wanted a name. Nasty Nas Escobar, Cormega Little Pitcher Ass Nigga, AZ Fake Not. Like she wanted a name. I think Il Nana was like, this will be my name, which is fine if she would have stuck on that theme. Like when I heard the blaxploitation starting, I'm like, yo, it'd be cool to have an album where it's like about you and like, you know what I mean? Like we've reviewed other albums that you're like, yo, this is about them. It's a weird character, but it's them. It's Wu-Tang has done it. The Fuji did it.
Right.
Nice. And it was her. It was like, yo, the album's called Nana. I do have this theme of blaxploitation, but it's also like I'm in like 8 crews at the same time, and you're just like, all right.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about that in the pod a little bit. It's just like it was too many pulls and too many different directions.
It was
and
like
that's
NWO, Wolfpack, Black and White,
Hollywood,
within which I'm sure
terrible version with Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah,
within which I'm sure she had like minimal say.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's
like,
the
and I'm sure she was just like, whatever, what y'all want me to record this? Cool. Like I'm sure that she really didn't, you know, I'm sure there was maybe some stuff that she maybe was uncomfortable with, or that even the people writing for her was like, nah, I'm not gonna say that because she's young. You know what I mean?
You got the big photo on the album cover.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked that they went more the firm like route. I feel like that's where I said on the pod too, but I feel like that's where she was her strongest. So I don't know if that was where she was most comfortable, or just whoever was kind of behind the scenes, if that's the best material, you know, she was getting. But it felt like she was just more in a comfortable pocket in that bag than like other stuff they were throwing at her, trying to see.
Yeah, I think they just threw a bunch of pockets at her, and then she was like, all right, we'll just try all of it.
It should have been Nas and Fox. Fuck AZ and Nature. I'm not saying AZ is bad, but that he without Nas, he has no career. Not Nas and Fox duo fucking coming together and lasting. And instead, she went the J route. Understand? He's got a bald head. He's light skinned. That was popping back in the day. But this shit.
What?
No, bald head light skin.
Let's be super. This is how you know Joel is a heterosexual man. About that, if it was about what's popping back then, Nas always been fine. Jay's always. Don't let Jay ever tell you because he rich. That nigga's still ugly, and he wasn't even rich like that.
He's on the baby seat, so all that fine shit.
But what I'm saying though is for a 17-year-old, if it was because of some looks, we going with Nas. We're not going with Jay.
I didn't say Jay was
guys.
I just had a thought because that is wild. Because like the baby, like I have a baby seat and it's backwards. Like you got to do a lot to.
You're sharing.
just skeet on the seat. It's facing the opposite direction. God damn.
But I also think people underestimate Jay's effect on others around him. I've never seen that dude be compromised in the late 90s. He just had to kind of look up to the right people, like Big and Pac. He was never talking crazy. But like people talk about what it was like in 96, 97, 95. I never see them talking crazy about Jay. Like I just always see them like, nah, he was the guy. He was around for me. Even Foxy, like he helped me out. Where I feel like Nas wasn't in the act of managing, or he wasn't, the business thing was not him. Steve Styles said this a bunch of times. Nas just wanted to kind of show up, do what he was supposed to do, and leave. I just think that relationship could have been explored more because both of them were just really great at that time. And the firm not working meant, okay, let's all go our separate ways. Where I feel like if you had something more concentrated with Nas and Foxy, whereas them two have had decent solo careers. I'm not trying to shit on AZ. I'm just saying Foxy's more of a staple.
He learned about the business stuff too late, and I mean, you can see it now. Like he's a thriving entrepreneur, but like he wasn't in that headspace in.
They even came back at the same time. Broken Silence came out at the same time, same year. Still Mad, right? 2001 was it? 2001.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
So I don't think it would have mattered one way or another, though, man. Just the landscape of hip hop at that time in 1996, it wasn't enough room for everybody. Especially in New York. Like you already had Bad Boy. You already had Bad Boy, Trackmaster, Wu-Tang, Def Squad. Like, ain't no more space. Jay trying to carve out a niche for Rockefeller, like that didn't work until a few years later.
Yeah.
But we've reviewed like 1,000 albums from '96.
No. I'm saying in terms of like what you're speaking to on the business side of things.
Yeah.
I don't think, because I think that every label kind of had its situation already. I don't see a way where there was going to be enough room for him. I think that the opening came later, and I think he stepped in and did what he was supposed to do later. I don't know. Also, one thing I wanted to add too was like, man, Steve Stout and them was still figuring shit out too. But these are young ass dudes.
Right.
What I mean? Like they're 26, 27, 28 years old with $1 million budgets, and all they know is Lil Kim. They're putting out a Lil Kim. We need to find somebody.
Right.
And that's what you
Parody.
got. Like, yeah.
Parody, yeah.
Like, and I think that's what you got. They put together something. So I think we're asking a lot of. I don't want to say we're asking a lot because we're not. I just think that was a high expectation of like those. I don't expect them to put out.
Yeah, we're not. They fucked up.
They fucked up because she had like the ill run up to her album.
Right.
But I'm saying it's so if you're trying to rush that out to capitalize off of it because Kim's about to drop, you ain't got time to put all the thought into the creativity. And she wasn't really like an artist like that. There's no development. She didn't have no time to develop. She's 17 years old. You know what I mean? So it's literally whatever
they
these
put
dudes
the pack
in the
on
room,
her like right away.
Yeah, whatever these dudes in the room can come up with. But they came up with some shit that some of it worked and some of it didn't.
But that's the thing. There is time. And what I'm saying is they're just not good at it. The difference is Diddy's like, this is what we're going to do. And we can shit on it 20 years later, but they were consistent in their fuckery. Like Wu-Tang was like, we're going to talk about ninja shit. And they were very consistent with it.
Extremely.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that they were out of their wheelhouse.
I think the difference is
what do we do with the girl?
I think the difference is Nas being the leader of the group. That nigga didn't know who that nigga was until 2015. That dude literally had a hood on his head talking about I can see the future. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You was
here. It's funny you said that. RZA did have on leather gloves on the
RZA always has on leather gloves.
he's like,
dude, the whole firm, that whole group was just weird, dude. Nas literally on an album where you look like Nostradamus and you could see the.
You like the cloak?
Had you only was on that album. It's like, what are we doing here, bro? It was they didn't have it together. I agree. That whole camp was lost.
You're on mute. You're on mute. I don't know if you okay. I thought he was talking to us. My bad.
Okay, no, A-Quil, Alicia, that whole camp was lost, and I think that factors into like because this album was Tone and Poke / other people buying.
That's what I'm saying. When you have to leave the dudes that ain't necessarily the creatives to come up with some shit.
What I'm saying is
they produce music and they do it really well, but like they needed some extra support as you're trying to figure out like what do we do with this 17-year-old like girl? How do we?
Here's the thing though, but why do we even have to? Why does it have to be, or what do we have to do with her? Because as legend has it, she wrote her verse for "Ain't No Nigga," which is one of the best guest verses ever in the history of rap. Period. She wrote that. Basically, she wrote that in under an hour.
Right. But I think she was like Nas too, in terms of trying to get her in the studio to work. That was part of the.
But what I'm saying though is, why was her voice so seemingly stifled then when it came to what were we going to do with her? Where was, and I mean, again, it just goes back to her being 17 and not really having
17 and a woman,
young woman.
So, I mean, that's
so unfortunate.
That's really it.
they fumbled the bag with her because she had everything that she should be beyond where Little Kim is. Like Little Kim is an icon. She's a legend. And I say Foxy isn't. Foxy is foundational. Foxy's foundation, but I don't think it's icon or legend status. And I think we have to stop confusing the two. Just because you were there in the beginning and you have moments, you were foundation.
Right.
Kim is legend. It just, there's a difference. And they had that with Foxy.
Yeah. I think that, but I guess I agree with you. And I would want to add that I think that her not being viewed as an icon has more to do with how her career went down. And I don't think that Kim's career went like extra up.
Yeah.
But that was my point about like Fox kind of being blackballed, man. Like, I talked about this on the pod, just her personality, the things that she was struggling with. You know, there's so many different rumors, whether it's drugs, whether it's like the hearing, whether it's like like her run-ins with the law. Like she had a whole bunch of stuff, and it don't seem like she had the support, right? That's kind of what I look at, and so her career kind of went down, and so now we have to view her as foundational because she didn't keep going. Kim's an icon, but it's partly because she's still here. She's still making music. She still kind of figures out a way to make herself relevant, and so her moments stayed with us.
Yeah,
Foxy to me is like, and then I'll be quiet. It's kind of like Aaliyah.
In what way?
So my thing with Aaliyah is with her music not being available on streaming.
But forget about her.
Each year, she's going to become less and less. Same thing with Left Eye, right? At a certain point, you just had to be there, right? Because there's nothing continuing. There's nothing that continues us seeing this person, right? Aaliyah's music not being like, her not being available on streaming, a whole generation now is going to miss her and miss her music and miss her impact.
The first part I agree with, but the reason I don't necessarily agree 100% is because the difference is, while we say this is Foxy's best work, Aaliyah's music got progressively better and better and better. Her, you know what I'm saying? Her last album was her absolute best. Even her compilation albums are hard. Bang, you know, so so I do think, and I think that when her music is available for streaming, because of who she worked with, like we have, I mean, Missy, the minute her music,
there'll be a renaissance, right?
It's going to be everywhere, and they're going to have legends. So I think that her place, while it's cemented for us, it still has cemented possibility for the next generation because they're going to get it. At this point, it's just about when.
So then maybe she's more like Left Eye in that sense.
And she made better music. But she also just made better music. This music is at best good. It's good. There is nothing wrong with this CD. But the highs and the lows are too close to each other.
Yeah.
Nothing outstanding about, there's nothing outstandingly bad. There's nothing outstandingly awful. It's just it's a good album. That's it.
I agree with
Give Me Home's a shit though.
There's nothing iconic about this album, but however, she's a better rapper than Little Kim. Little Kim's never been a great rapper.
I agree.
Yeah. And that's I think when we think of people we remember, it's because we emphasize various things. When we remember Tupac, we're not really thinking about 91 Tupac. We're most likely thinking about 96, 97, like 95 Tupac, who's spitting all over the place and rubbing his dick around. We're like, that was that motherfucker. The reality is, he went all the way back. There's Digital Underground, there's all this other shit. And I feel like it's the same thing when we think about people like Lil' Kim, when we think about people that we remember the moments, we remember like what they were really good at. We remember like the just the look of everything. I just thought Foxy could rap really well. Period. Like she could rap really well. Like I prefer her over so many other people in terms of men and women. Literally just in the firm, when we talking to women, like I thought she can hold her own just fine. To Alibi's point, it's just, you don't, like, out of sight, out of mind. It goes on, you don't see her for a while. But even with Broken Silence being a great example, I just don't think she ever got a time to establish, this is going to be my thing. Some people rap about pussy, some people rap about money, some people rap about trapping. Hers was never got to really define, like, this is mine, I'm gonna rock with this for 4 to 5 albums. Because there's a lot of people who survived for 20 years off of bullshit. It's because it was consistent bullshit. I'm not buying Master Killer, but I'm sure if that nigga comes out with an album, it's gonna be bees flying around, fucking whatever the fuck they got going on, because that's their thing.
It's definitely gonna be some
roundhouse kicks.
There's gonna be some 5%. There's gonna be some 5%.
What they do, you know?
For sure, some 5%, man.
Definitely.
It's a 5% theory.
So to that point, I just don't. Yeah, I think you're right. The lack of direction didn't help, and even after this, the next album's China Doll. So now you're not El Nana, you're China Doll, and then after this is Broken Silence. You're like, yo, it seems like I finally figured out what I want to do, who I want to be, and then Black Hole.
So I don't want to drag this out too much, but I do think that part of that also on the artistic side goes to some people just aren't great at making albums.
I was just going to actually go back to that. When you guys said that he shines on firm albums, maybe she's just not supposed to be a solo artist. Maybe she's just some people are better in the crew than they are by themselves.
Well, it's not easy. Right. It's not easy to carry a whole album. And that's where I was saying, like, where Alicia, when you were saying, like, how did her voice on this album, like, I don't think she knew her voice, and then like entirely,
especially not at 17,
right? But then making a whole project, like you're a relatively new artist, man. We heard 4 like smash singles from you that were verses. Now you gotta go to the studio and create at least 12 songs. That's 2 totally different things. And again, you're talking about a 17-year-old. There aren't very many 17-year-olds that have done that in the history of hip hop, and those who have are etched, right? Like you're talking about Rakim, Nas, Andre, like it's a small group of people that were that young, right?
I was gonna ask that question. Like, are we giving her a handicap because she was 17 and a girl when we literally just talk about Nas making Illmatic at 18 is so highly praised?
No, because I think because I put that on them. They tried to rush her out.
Right. Like she was Derrick Rose, right? But think of it in the sense that, like, you know, they rushed her to the NBA like before her eligibility. You know what I mean? And they fumbled the bag.
And but let's also say too, though, when we talk about those guys that we just mentioned, who, by the way, I believe it was either today or yesterday, was Andre's. But today is Andre's birthday. So happy birthday to
3 Stacks. We missed that.
My absolute top 5 dead or alive.
Greatest.
One of the GOATs. But them being 17 and writing Southern Playlist of Cadillac Music is a whole lot different because they are also men in this industry. You know, I do. So when we talk about we give her a handicap because of her being a woman or a girl and 17?
The industry gives her a handicap.
The industry does, exactly. Because again, I feel like had they defaulted to Fox on a lot more than that, because we know she can write. So had they said, you know what do you want to say? How do you want to say this? We would have got, I think, a different album.
And that's where, and I think that was the point.
Hold on. Jobin's going to jump in for a second. Go ahead, Job.
I think we're being hard on it. Hot take, man. Hot take. Doggy Style's a classic, but that nigga talked about absolutely nothing on the album. And we literally agreed that the concept made no sense, and that nigga talked about nothing. He said, hop, stop, dropping like a rabbit. And we're like,
I think he rhymed 30 things with Izzle. Yeah.
About nothing. There were no subjects covered, my nigga.
But it was done well. It was done well.
Yeah.
How was it done well? He didn't talk about nothing.
The production and everything put together really well. And that's the thing. On this album, when the production and the songwriting and everything is cohesive, the songs are really good.
There's no songwriting.
On who?
The Doggy Style.
It doesn't matter how it's still put together, how it's structured. Like, you know what I mean? The flow, like, it all works together. Like, you can say, if you want to pick it apart, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, fam, like the lyrics aren't great, but it's like the Spurs. It's like, for whatever reason, we put these 5 dudes together, this shit is perfection. If
anyone is Derrick Rose, it's that nigga still. The nigga was MVP. Made nothing but terrible albums. Not even good. Terrible albums ever since.
After that, yeah.
My pushback is
I said that, yeah.
Thank you.
I said that on Slack.
I don't think this album's that bad. I really don't. I feel like, I just feel like
I don't either. I enjoy the album.
No, it's a good album.
Yeah. All I wanted to get out, what I was trying to get out real quick.
Alicia said it's trash.
That I think that they're.
I did not. I don't think it's trash.
I was just joking.
15 is pretty trash score,
I
but
mean, it's the lowest of anyone.
And
average. A 3 is average, and it was just an average.
Yeah.
That man, look, it was first of all, it was Shizzo that gave the 14 for Juvie.
Oh yeah, he did.
Okay. I knew somebody gave it.
I didn't want to say it, but I did.
Shout out to Shizzo, who gave a 0 for lyrics. He gave a 0 for replay value.
Yeah, he gave a 0 for replay value.
0.
He was like, I'm never listening to this album again.
That is the reason why I have to say 0 through 5 instead of 1 through 5. So like he really gave us 0.
Really did. Yeah.
Oh man. So but no, so what I was gonna say though, Alicia, to your point about her voice and the handicap, fam, like look at the egos she's surrounded by. Steve Stout's ego is fucking huge. Nas's ego, huge. Jay-Z's ego, huge. You think a 17-year-old girl is gonna be comfortable like making suggestions and they're not gonna give her the reins to anything. They're not gonna leave her in charge of anything.
I agree with what you're saying, but to that point, I think if it were one person, to Alicia's point about just the variance, I would, when I was talking about Nas and the Firm and Nas and Fox, if it's just one person, then at least we know we're going in this direction. It may not be the best direction,
right?
But it's a direction. Whereas like Little Kim,
be consistent.
I agree with that. Yeah, like had they just been like Steve Stout, you're going to be the direction. Yeah, I agree.
Exactly.
That you got, but that's my point. Because you have 3 different egos.
You got two niggas probably didn't like each other from back then. So you got Jay and
exactly. Yep.
Right. At the end of the day, I get all of that, but our job was to rate this album, and whatever the reasons may be, whatever
this is the output.
Fumbled the bag. This is what happened. I mean, you had a major superstar. In fact, one of my scratches on production is the fact that I feel like I can't even hear Foxy and I want to hear her. Like I like Foxy Brown. I enjoy the way she
you feel like it was mixed too loud? I mean, the background.
To turn the music down and her vocals up a lot, because she does. She has an amazing voice. She has a very dope rap voice.
Yes. Yes.
It's just very unfortunate that this is her best album and it's not a classic.
Yeah.
But she has all of the pieces to be a classic. She's a beautiful woman. She can rap. She had, enough street mentality in her that niggas fuck with her. She was beautiful and sexy enough that women would be like, okay, I fuck with her too. Like she cool, she this, she that. And they fumbled the bag with Foxy. They did.
I like the way you saying that, Alicia. I don't see why ugly niggas like me just can't live in this world. About. Let ugly brown skin niggas just get let us eat, my nigga. That's all I'm trying to say. Why y'all look good?
You call yourself brown skin? I thought you call yourself a hominy and shit.
It depends on what part of the country I'm in. I'm light skinned if I'm near a prison or in the South.
Let me tell you, ugly niggas is out here winning. Ain't nothing wrong with an ugly nigga. Yes, or even a medium okay nigga. Y'all
they do their thing.
Can't relate to either of those.
Yo. No.
Alibi say he's over 6 feet tall. He's light skinned. He top 10 light skinned.
I'm cute. He's top 10 all time.
He
might be number 7.
We all have our. There's something. There are times where I wake up looking in the mirror before leaving the house and go, "Fuck it!" Like whoever sees me, that's on you. I need these grocery stuff. Like I don't give a fuck.
I'm going to the comments for a second, and by comments, that's DJ Sway.
Sway. DJ Sway he had questions.
No, I'm saving them all for a few. He has good points. One, he called. He said, "Big ups to brother Jules Shabazz." That's Joe. I gotta show you this picture real quick. He was joking about album we should review, but it's just more because the dude kind of looks like Joe. You guys can say yay or nay. They're like Joe.
I can't see.
Like him, Shabazz.
Yeah.
There's only one person that I'm like, yo, people like you look like him, and I have to eat it, and that's Jaleel. Like literally, there's like, yo, you look like that.
You said who?
Jaleel White? I don't see it.
Oh, that dude, my
Urkel.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Even as he gets older, dude.
So it was that real quick. He also said, "Is Alicia calling Smooth the Hustler a liar?" Alibi gets it. There you go. He also asked, he said, "How much of this album do you think Jay-Z wrote?" So I told him we did the Foxy math on the album. I think we were around about 50%, maybe. we added tracks and stuff.
He wrote 5.
Five songs? Yeah.
He wrote 5. We know Nas wrote 1, whether or not he got credit. So that's 6.
Yeah, and he also said he thinks it was kind of interesting. As
they drew 2 grams raw, chopping it half at 16. Yeah,
see, there it is. Yeah. He said it's interesting. He goes, for him, it's not a single female rap album that he likes, but big part of that is that how he felt he couldn't relate. But he thought it was interesting that like the ladies, so that Kiki on her metrics and Alicia gave it the lowest scores. So is it because us as guys not being able to relate that much? Are we being too easy on her, Alicia? You feel?
I think that y'all were easy on Fox for a variety.
Because she's sexy and I was 13.
I think this brought back a different nostalgia for you guys because Foxy is beautiful. And I do think that her ghostwriters for at least half of her album are 2 niggas that y'all have already rated their albums as classics. They're 2 of the greatest male rap. So she's very, very palatable to if you are into a boom bap rapping ass nigga.
Don't you start that boom bap.
But it's the truth though. If that's your feed, like if for you, your top 2 are always Jay or Nas or Rakim, or if you're naming those things Foxy, you fuck with Foxy because the whole shit sounds like a Jay-Z or a Nas album, not so well constructed album. Because let's also be clear, Reasonable Doubt came out this same fucking year. So I don't know how Foxy got the short end of the fucking stick because the niggas around her was about to really plateau. So how did she end up here with this?
To be fair with Alibi's point though, because you did make a point about space. While there are a lot of good albums that came around this time, and we reviewed a bunch of them, in terms of blowing up, she was blown up. Jay wasn't.
Yeah, she had already been there.
Jay wasn't.
I don't agree with that because I told y'all this. Even how we came to these 2 out are completely different. I was on Reasonable Doubt before, like when I heard.
Yeah, that's Foxy, me too. By the way, I remember you saying that
too. I was too. Yeah.
For me, Foxy was the nigga. Foxy was who Jay put on for me. I was like, oh, that's the chick that be rapping with Jay. That I felt like,
I'm that camp
on a Nutty Professor. So I'm not like Joel discovered, or was it Joel or Survival? One of y'all discovered Jay Fox, and I was the exact opposite. Like I had Reasonable Doubt the tape with the gray skyline background. Right. So and don't ask me how I found that all the way in fucking Los Angeles. But I was in Minnesota at the time. But I don't know how, but I did. So even how we came to this, it's just a very different experience.
I'm with you on that, but I think that she was a bigger artist was the point that we were trying to make.
Right.
She had bigger hits. Jay didn't have a hit. He had Ain't No Nigga, which was like a regional joint. She had Touch Me, Tease Me.
Yeah, he had Dead Presidents.
She had I Shot Ya. Like,
but Ain't No Nigga also came out on his album. It was the second single, Reasonable Doubt. So when I heard of Foxy through him, it was because she was on. I heard Ain't No.
I'm agreeing with you. My introduction to her was through Jay, but I'm saying her profile at that.
She was a bigger artist than Jay.
She was a bigger artist than Jay.
I don't necessarily see it as that though, because again, even when I heard, because Touch Me, Tease Me, okay, it was on Nutty Professor. They all came out around the same time.
What other singles did Jay have though?
Jay didn't have a lot of singles.
No. But that's what I'm saying. He had their Presidents. I mean, we love that's a hip hop.
He had Feeling It.
Was their Presidents or Feeling It bigger than any of those singles that Foxy was on?
No.
Here's the thing, though. If the first single you heard her on is a single on his album, because remember.
So you never heard I Shot You prior to that? Because I Shot You was like 95.
Yeah. That was on Mr. Smith.
Yeah. I wasn't like, okay, but when I really started fucking with Foxy was on Ain't No Nigga. And Ain't No Nigga, I heard, not on the Nutty Professor first.
Yeah, I heard it on Nutty Professor.
I heard it on Reasonable Doubt first. It was because it was the second single on Reasonable Doubt.
Right.
So I heard Foxy like, oh, she could rap on Jay-Z's album. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. So I can't say that she was a bigger star. And then the Nutty Professor came out and it was, there's that girl who raps with Jay-Z again, the Case single. So it's just different. It's just a different perspective.
For sure.
I get what you're saying about the 2 camps working out, but to my point though, let's just keep it real. Jay and Nas weren't eating like that when Big and Pac were around. Like Illmatic is a classic. Nas was broke after Illmatic came out. Like it was written, like people literally were saying that album sucks. Like the reason why A-Quil wanted us to review it was the fact that everyone, especially since Jay said it himself, assumed that album was a piece of horse shit and that Illmatic was the only classic Nas had. Reasonable Doubt went platinum in 2003 and came out in 1996. Jay was not eating when Big was around. Like nothing. Foxy, I think, because of the fact that she was a woman and because of the Lil' Kim comparisons around that time and the features that she did, was a massive artist. Like I mean, I know y'all said y'all heard about Jay first, Reasonable Doubt. Like I heard songs from Reasonable Doubt, but especially 96, 97, when All Eyes on Me came out and Life After Death came out right after that, it was your nigga, you were an afterthought. This comes first. And Foxy to me was because there weren't a lot of women around, because of the fact that like Lil' Kim had such a massive platform at that time, and then Foxy came out right after, had a massive platform too. I think she had a huge audience. And then the two people, Nas and Jay, neither one of them clearly paid a hitman to kill the two biggest rappers at that time, because neither one of them were making headway like that. Jay didn't take shit over till like 98. And then that's when you have what's her face running around, who's not around anymore, Emil, like later on there. Nas lost his way and then found that shit again in 2001 and then lost it again. So it's like, yo, like they didn't really, no one around her really figured out what the fuck they were doing until like 98, 99. And even then,
I mean, and I can see that, and I don't feel one way or another. If we're just going strictly timeline, like because Survival said it, like I Shot You with Mr. Smith, that's like 95. Case Touch Me, Tease Me, that has to be like 95, maybe 96. And then what was the other big single before Ain't No Nigga that she was on?
That Tony Braxton remix.
Making Me High remix? Yeah. Was it that? Yeah, so I feel like all that was like 95, 96. So we would have heard those before the song with Jay. You know what I mean? So I'm just speaking just strictly timeline. And all those songs were bigger than Jay's song at that time, than anything that Nas did. Nas had the hip hop hits, but like outside of what maybe because it was written that's
96.
If I Rule the World.
Yeah.
That's If I Rule the World.
July 3rd.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I don't think If I Rule the World dropped yet. In comparison to that Foxy timeline. You know what I mean? So
that's fucking insane. All those albums come out in 96.
Yep.
It was written, Reasonable Doubt, this.
Yep.
And none of them were like, if you look at those albums now, like I'm not saying this is on the Ill9 is on the level of those two.
Yeah.
Right? We're talking about that.
All Eyes on Me was later in 96.
Exactly. We look back on those albums now, we're like, holy fuck. Like, and I think Alibi has a point. Like, all this shit was out. And like these people that came out in 96 were afforded, Jay and Nas were afforded the ability to fuck up and change and do other shit where she wasn't. So after this happens, she gets signed at all. She gets Broken Silence. It's 3. Jay has how many albums, between that same time span? Nas had how many albums? He should have legally not been allowed to make albums after Nostradamus.
And we mentioned on the pod that she got her shit shelved.
Right.
In
those last two,
in the early 2000s.
But we don't know if those are good albums or not. I mean, because
no. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that they're good or not. I'm saying that she does not have the ability to atone for mistakes.
And that's the difference.
Yeah.
That's so unfortunate. That's so unfortunate because I think we did miss a legend. I do think we're.
And they're not even her mistakes.
Yeah,
that was my point. Like, to Alicia's point, like folks fumbled the bag, and unlike Kim, who got to Kim definitely had a dud and was able to bounce back with something. Like Fox never got that opportunity, and so I think that's why she becomes a foundational piece and not an icon. I think if we hear those two other albums, we look at her a little differently.
She should sign with The Rock.
Huh?
With The Rock, what happens if she signed with The Rock?
I mean, she signed with Def Jam and she didn't come out, so it wouldn't have mattered, Rock or not. Jay signed her to Def Jam and didn't drop the album.
It was all on her clip.
Jay was president.
I think we did get a good job. Usually I ask, was there anything in the podcast that we might have missed, but I think we hit everything on the head. Was there anything else y'all wanted to add to this?
His face was all on her puss, according to
He ain't never stuck his cock in Fox's box. Stop playing with him.
Yo, he's lying, and the reason I say that is because he's such a petty dude.
He's lying.
He's petty because
But
he's petty. He's petty. He was petty about that.
I don't think he did. Sometimes you only get to eat pussy, and you just got to eat that.
Facts. That actually
I'm just
happens
saying.
a lot more often than that is a fact. That is a fact.
Y'all going out bad out here, man.
Salute
to the women.
Yeah.
You brothers got to get it together.
Gas.
Yo, I literally was saying you just gotta eat the loss, but
that is not what you were saying.
Oh, we've been double entendre all day.
That fact has to, because that is an actual black fact. Thank you. That's a
fact. Hey man, hey, sometimes it happens. Just masturbate while doing it and then go home. Done.
Spoken like a man who knows how that story goes.
Hey, I don't take pussy. I take what I can and I take my fucking ass home.
Yeah, I've been 25.
If they don't give it to you willingly, man, come on, man. You can't be out here taking it. You gotta make her want to give it to you willingly. Ain't nothing cool about taking it. Ain't nothing cool about taking it.
Too many websites out here. Go on.
That is officially our Foxy live. y'all want to do it?
Too many websites out here, and we're gonna end the podcast.
I don't think there's anywhere else we can go with that, unless I want to do a Foxy Brown versus Foxy Brown comparison, as in Pam Grier versus Inga.
There's no comparison.
I mean, there's some comparisons if we just do categories.
I did want to talk about, but
I can think of 4.
I don't even think we have the time at this point, and it's a whole different topic, but I don't think Foxy is really mixed with Asian and Black, and I think that was something that was constructed to make her something other than just a Black woman. But that is an issue with colorism and how we treat Black women in America. So that's a whole different story. But y'all.
And it's also something Black women who be lying. Like when I was growing up saying y'all had Indian in your
family. I hate that.
No, you don't.
No. Cherokee. When people would ask me all the time, oh my God.
Everybody Cherokee.
People would ask me, what are you mixed with? Because I have light eyes. But what are you mixed with? I'd be like, nigga and mo nigga. I'm Black. I am a beautiful Black woman. I'm a nigga. We full on nigga around here. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Trying to trivialize it. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. The Cherokees weren't even over here, dog.
Niggas doing they 23andMe and seeing they is all Cameroonian and hot.
Wasn't a single one of y'all on the Trail of Tears. Y'all gotta realize
that literally happened to me. That literally
happened. Shit. Oh man.
Yeah, but you're right, Alicia, dog. Yeah. We don't need that. And that blew up though. Chinese, I'd say her and Nelly, the whole Chinese Black thing.
Nelly?
That's a thing for Nelly too.
When Nelly said half Black and Asian, but and all that shit, and that became a thing.
It's the same thing now. They're all just foreign. I gotta go. My wife's gonna kill me.
Everyone's half Asian.
Yeah,
not Black.
Don't kill him, B.
Yeah, we don't want Alibi getting killed. So I think
let's wrap it up so we can make it to next week.
Yeah, Sway. This isn't the season finale, to be clear, but this is our last album review. So we have no more album reviews. Next week, our next episode, which will be episode 29 on the podcast, is actually the long-awaited metrics episode. Yes, so we'll finally break down the metrics. It's more than just the 5 categories. Like there's like sub questions under each category. So we're gonna let you know how we do this, so you can break these down yourself. So when y'all start talking to us crazy about what we said on YouTube clips and data, fam, did you do the math or not? Did you do the liner notes math or not? Because you didn't, stop talking to us.
Our maths.
Our maths for sure.
Yeah, unlike Foxy's.
So it'd be math. So next week on the pod is the metrics episode. Honestly, I think we still got to figure out what day we're going to do our live. We're going to do a season ending wrap up live at some point. We got to get our date, but we have 2 podcast episodes left, and then we are taking a break. We are done for the season. We'll be back a little later this year. So look us up. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, the Liner Note 79. Look us up on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Just hit our link tree. Also hit us on the Liner Notes Crew at gmail.com. because we're gonna still have content, throughout the summer. I'm gonna, repackage some stuff. We're gonna put some best of together. A lot of people requested Joe singing, so we're gonna put a nice little compilation of, everybody singing, send some other compilations. Anything that y'all want to see, let us know. We get some outtakes, some bloopers, all that good stuff. But in the meantime, make sure to listen to the podcast available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you can download and listen to your pods. That is every week for the next couple of weeks, and then that's that. But check that out. Next week, Liner Notes episode 29, Metrics episode. Listen closely.
And then go back and listen to all of them again.
Exactly. You're gonna spend your summer. So when you guys are arguing about why certain albums did certain things, listen to this episode, and then your homework is to review episodes 1 through 28 and give it your own metrics, and then come talk to us in September. You feel me? So yeah, but we'll be back. We'll let you know we're gonna do our last live episode. We'll try to do some advertising for the Trill Nana, for Survival, for Joe, Alibi, A-Quil, Liner Notes. We out of here. We'll listen to us next week. We'll let you know we're gonna be back on live. We'll let you know. But stick around though. For sure. Peace.
Peace.